Welcome to Brain Beats channel. Today we'll discover 12 unique personality traits characterize people who prefer to be alone. Keep watching the video until the end to find out what feature number 10 is. You'll be surprised. Many people prefer to be alone. If this describes you, you prefer to spend as much time alone as possible. Of course, you have friends. It's not that you dislike people, you just like being alone, and there's nothing wrong with that. As a loner, you also tend to have a higher standard for friendships. But you just have less of a need for peer acceptance than most. Here are the special personality traits of people who like to be alone. Traits number 1, value time. If there is anything extremely important to a loner, it is time. You respect and value time more than anything else. You are well aware that time is the most valuable asset to a successful life. You will do everything in your power to not be late, never waste someone else's time, and will never allow someone to waste your time. You avoid fake behavior and cannot tolerate people that think you can be played with. Through your self-awareness, you have developed a huge level of self-respect. People who respect your time the way you respect theirs can expect one of the most incredible friendships imaginable. Traits number 2, self-aware. Many people choose to ignore their thoughts and emotions. People who like to be alone choose to embrace these feelings and become fully aware of them. Self-awareness is very important and difficult to achieve. As a loner, you know yourself better than anyone else, and this allows you to better understand those around you. Everyone has periods of depressive and discouraging thoughts, but you are able to navigate through them much more easily. Traits number 3, level-headed. Loners are amazingly strong-willed when tough situations arise. As a result of your frequent reflection and alone time, you have incredible focus and willpower. It's not to say that you don't get overwhelmed by stressful situations, but instead of getting caught up with distractions, you decide to spend some time alone and recharge. During this time, you devise solutions to your problems and ways to cope. Traits number 4, open-minded. Even though you like being alone, this doesn't make you rigid and closed-minded. On the contrary, you are extremely open-minded and are always up for new ideas and activities. You don't plan to spend your entire life in your bedroom, and you do enjoy exploring and going on new adventures. However, others need to make sure that they give you alone time before you go anywhere that involves several people. Traits number 5, clear boundaries. People who like to be by myself constantly have wholesome boundaries. You recognize yourself perfectly. You have sturdy values. You by no means sense alone. You comprehend that you constantly have yourself. You recognize your boundaries and will let others be aware of if they are about to move them. After all, if you cannot be trustworthy to yourself, you can't be trustworthy to anyone. Traits number 6, aware of weaknesses and strengths. You are more than aware of what your strengths and weaknesses are. However, you know that there is always room to improve no matter how good you think you're doing. While you are aware of these imperfections, you still hold your head high to show others that it is okay to be confident in yourself. Traits number 7, very empathetic. You tend to be among the most empathetic people in the entire world. You are able to feel and sympathize with others on the same level as they're on. Feeling everyone else's sorrows and despairs is a very intense curse, but since you are so empathetic, it is easy for you to find the bright side in almost any negative circumstance. You would rather find a solution to whatever conflict is making someone upset. Traits number 8, personal intuition. Your intuition is your constant guide, leading you to the next best thing that awaits you on your journey through life. There's a lot that can be said about you and your gut instincts when it comes to making tough decisions. You don't get scared easily because you know that your intuition will lead you somewhere just as amazing as the last adventure you had. Traits number 9, never codependent. There is never a time in your lifestyles where you feel as if you need to depend on anyone else for something at all. Even if you are in a relationship with someone, you nonetheless decide upon to be your own man or woman and select to do matters your very own way. Being structured on anyone else for trivial wants is something you strive to avoid, and you will go to extraordinary lengths to exhibit others simply how capable you are being on your own. Traits number 10, filled with kindness and compassion. You love to display that means of compassion as properly as kindness to others so that they can recognize that spreading love is a critical piece of your existence. It makes you experience true to exhibit others simply how passionate you are with the things you love to do most as well as being with the human beings that you love most. This is one of the fantastic qualities to a personality that now not all of us gets to witness. Traits number 11, courage. You are a man or woman who exudes confidence, and that self-assurance makes you extraordinarily desirable to every person else. There's a positive glow about your character that brings out the best in others. They look up to your courage with suggestion in their eyes. This goes hand in hand with you being one of the first-class function models because of how courageous you really are. There isn't always a single venture or adversity that you will no longer face. Traits number 12, self-loving. Even with the awful times in life, you nevertheless find a way to love yourself, no be counted what happens to you. Of course, you understand that there will be instances where you don't seem to be as perfect, ready, or experienced yet to do some of the matters you'll honestly like to. You nevertheless love each and every piece of you, regardless. There will usually be room to improve, and that means that you're going to work without a doubt hard for that success. You are an extremely special character if you possess any of these one-of-a-kind personality traits. And even though there are many different brilliant traits in people who like to be alone, these ones stand out the most when others are looking for a real personality. Do you like to be alone? Which of these persona traits do you have? Let us be aware of in the remarks below. Write us feedback below. It would help our community to improve the content of our free videos. Brain Beats appreciates you for watching this video content all the way through. Remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on the button notification. If you don't want to be unintelligent, follow Brain Beats channel.